Hello students, welcome back to our channel. I'm Surbi Mitra and today I'm here to talk about NIFT Situation Test. So, as we all know, the second phase of NIFT entrance examination is the situation test, and KB classes are shortly starting with the preparation of situation test for the 2023 examination. So, let's get started. So, first of all, we would try and understand what is situation test. So, situation test is the phase 2 examination of NIFT examination, and the duration is 2 hours. The weightage of this examination is 20% and it is conducted in various NIFT campuses. So, students, once they clear their written examination, they will be getting a notification on through their mail, and they can also check it by putting their credentials on the website. So we are expecting the results to be out by mid March. So once the results are out, the selected candidates are supposed to choose from the given dates. So the situation test, they are conducted for 3 to 4 days, and every student have to pick up, freeze a particular date and the particular center that they are comfortable in commuting. So they will be getting options, they have to put those options and they have to freeze it. Once it is done, they will be receiving an admit card for the situation test. So now these situation tests, they are conducted in the month of April or May, and basically students, they get around 20 days time in between the result is out and the situation test dates are declared. So around 20 to 25 days tentatively they get. So you have to really start early. You cannot wait for the results. So in case you feel that your written examinations have went on pretty well, and you can score and you will be getting selected in the first round, so it is always a good idea to start your preparation right away. At least you should know what is expected out of you, so that it doesn't come as a surprise when you start the preparation once the results are out. Now, a lot of students, they keep asking us that how many students are selected in the first round of NIFT examination. So they always select in the ratio of 1:3. So that means if you are selected, then you are competing with two more students for that one particular seat. So tentatively, if there are 2,800 seats for the undergraduate level, because situation test is an undergraduate examination, the master's students, they have a different set of examination. So in BDES, in NIFT, you have tentatively 27 to 2,800 seats. So you have to simply multiply it by 3. So that many students are called for the situation test in the month of April or May. So what happens in the situation test? It is your final marking for your selection or the preparation of the merit list of the NIFT entrance examination. Situation test is a practical examination. You don't have to draw anything. You don't have to write, answer any particular question in terms of writing or anything. You are given a set of material and you have to create a 3D depending upon the question and the material provided to you. And it is an offline examination. The duration is 2 hours, and the venue is the NIFT campuses, as I already discussed with you. So, how are students evaluated for the situation test? That is the most important part. So, a concept development skill of a student, innovation, material exploration, experimentation, and treatment to the given raw material are some of the most important things that students are evaluated on. I'll give you a simple example. So all of you know what a scotch brite is, right? So once in the situation test examination with the packet, so you get around 15 to 20 different type of materials. Okay, we'll see in the slide ahead what the materials are and everything. So once students also got a Scotch Brite in their packet. So how do you use it? You can, if you're creating a room or a conference room or a bedroom, you can use that Scotch Brite in cut it like a mat or like a cushion, or like you can use it like a wall soft board or something. So you have to think what that material resonates with, and you have to manipulate it and use it as per your convenience and as per your aesthetics. So, definitely these situation test classes are fun filled because you get to explore and you get to learn each and every day. You will be getting different material from ice cream sticks to metal wires to cardboard, thermocol, and maybe some fabric or something, right? And you have to mix and match them and come up with something really innovative, also aesthetic and durable. Durability is something which is very, very important, and you guys should keep that in mind. So let's get creative, let's get started. So how do we develop our creativity? That is one of the most important question which a lot of students have in their mind. So to all the students who will be preparing for their situation test, my suggestion to them is, start today. Today itself, start observing things. Start observing things around you. Start reading books and watching movies. Reading books, watching movies and everything, they help you in concept building. They help you get inspired by different things. And again, movies are a visual treat, right? So once you are experiencing a movie, something like Avengers or Avatar, so you get a visual treat and you get ideas. Until and unless you see, you cannot generate ideas. And definitely, books, they transport you to an imaginary world, and your imagination and thought process is triggered by reading. Next is visiting art galleries and malls to check their 3D installation in the foyer area. So most of you, when you visit any particular mall or any particular art gallery or maybe any public place, you'll see in these today's time, you'll see a lot of 3D installation have been done, especially in the malls. If it's Christmas, then you'll have a huge installation, in the theme of Christmas. If it's Dashera or Diwali, you'll have installation which are related to Dashera or Diwali or any particular event that is coming up. Even the stores, even different stores which are selling merchandises, they have these beautiful way of doing their window, which is called the window display. And yeah, window displays are very important topics that do come in your situation test examination. So sensitize yourself to these things. Go to places which are innovative, where again you get a visual treat and where you get to learn things by looking at them. Traveling again is something which is very useful, and not only just for situation test. I'm not just talking about situation test, but I'm also talking about you guys as designers. You are going to be future designers, so these are the things that you have to start doing it and inculcate the habit of doing them, like regularly. Traveling also enhances the experiences, and most of you youngsters, you all are fond of traveling. So yes, please make use of it. Interacting with different people, interacting with different people from different walks of life would give you ideas, would enhance your thought process, and would fill you up with new ideas and new information, which is very, very important. And lastly, introspection is, what are you all about? How do you want to project your design, or how do you want to project your aesthetics? That introspection is very important to develop your individuality in terms of your work. Your work should not resemble someone else's work, or your work should not be blatantly copied from something that you have seen, but try and put your own aesthetics, and that would only come with introspection. Each and every design students should sit and think, what exactly do they want, how do they want their work to look like. So these are some of the questions which are very very important, which a student should ask themselves. Next is some of the very important do's and don'ts. So before I start my classes for situation test, I always discuss about these do's and don'ts during the situation test examination, because for sure I know that students will make mistakes, right? So every time in each and every class, I remind them about these do's and don'ts so that they are aware of it, and it's they don't make any blunders during their examination or during their situation test. So let's see what are these, what are the do's. Always read the admit card properly for material instruction that needs to be carried by the students. So I keep getting a lot of queries about what to carry, what to keep in our stationery bags and everything. So my first instruction is, whenever you get this admit card for any examination, you should always go through it thoroughly. Next is, definitely you'll have to carry your own stationery. Okay, so carry your own stationery like paper cutter. Different sizes of paper cutter are important, which I will be telling you guys during the class. Scissor, scale, a normal black or blue pen, pencil, eraser, and definitely glue, which will be the most important part of your stationery item. Use only the material provided by the test center. Now, stationery you will be carrying of your own, but when you have to build up the 3D, you are only supposed to use the material which has been provided to you in the packet by NIFT staff. Okay, you cannot carry your own paper. You cannot carry your own colored sheets or decorative item to build your 3D. Then always tally the material list with the list provided to you during the examination. Now, this is something very important. So basically, you get a packet full of material, and you will also get a list of in a sheet. The number of those material will be written. So please, first and foremost, as soon as you get that material, you tally it with the list, because there is a possibility there could be human error. So if it's in the list, if it's written 5 ice cream stick, and what if you only have 2 ice cream sticks in your packet? So before you start working, then and there only you can ask your examiner to replace your packet, so that you are not falling short of any of the materials. So please do that. And a lot of students, they don't do that, and by the end of the 2 hours, they realize that, oh, something is missing in our packet, or maybe they have lost it or whatever. So it's too late for you to replace that material. Also, please remember, you would never get another supply. So once you exhaust certain amount of material, they are not going to replace it, right? You cannot say that, okay, I think I need 3 more sheets, colored sheets. They will never replace it. So you have to make use of the material which has been provided to you. Okay, stick each and every part of the 3D properly on the mount board. So what happens is, you will be given a mount board. So this is not the example of a mount board, but I'm just showing. The mount board is around 3 A3 size, and whatever model you're making, you have to stick it properly on the mount board. So for example, if you're making interior, so each and every small elements of the interior, like the small bed or a slippers or um, mat which is on the floor, you have to stick them, so that if somebody is picking up the mount board and they are just reversing it or moving it should not fall off. So that is one very very important thing. If it falls off, your marks are being deducted. So that should not happen. Your 3D should be stuck properly with the mount board that you will be getting in the examination. Always give a write-up. So in your situation test, once you're done with the 3D model making, you'll have to give like a 50 or 70 word write-up, which is the description of the 3D model that you have made. Now this description is not like any other normal description where you describe it in a very general format. You have to actually describe your concept, and giving a good write-up definitely gives you an edge over other students. So you have to be able to write properly, even if you have to, express your concept in a very, very proper manner, because the write-up carries some weightage, and your 3D is considered incomplete without this write-up. Next is read the question choices properly. So in situation test, you'll have to attempt only one question, but you will be getting a lot of choices, maybe three choice, or out of two questions you have to choose one. So please read them thoroughly, and whichever option suits you, you have to, pick it up and start working on it. Then last one, before leaving, you have to always clean the mess around your table, and you have to put it back in the packet that has been given to you by your examiner, right? Do not leave your table in a mess. Do not. Because again, neatness is, no matter how beautiful you have created your 3D model, but neatness do count. Your examiner would come to your table and would see that, okay, where is the model? I can only see trash all around. So do not do that. Always pick up each and every tidbit that has fallen down. Do your bit. You don't have to clean up other people's table, but clean up your table. In fact, last year when students um, went for their situation test examination. So at the NIFT Delhi Center, a lot of students, they told me that they were asked, a lot of faculties, they stopped the students that please clean your table and then leave. So do not do that. Don't give them a chance to ask you. Clean up the table. It's a presentation that matters. So keep your 3D in the middle of the table and nicely clean it up. Put all the extra stuff in the packet. You don't have to throw them in the waste paper basket or anything. Just keep them aside. Okay, so please keep that in mind. These are the small, small things that add up to the value of your work. And you should start valuing your work from the very first day. Next is, what are the don'ts? What you should avoid. So you should never write your name or give any sort of identification on your model. Okay. Do not leave the 3D incomplete or the write-up incomplete. A lot of students, they leave their model incomplete. So always try and complete it. Even if you cannot make it very elaborate, at least complete it. Do not use glue gun or any other adhesive other than Fevicol. There are a lot of different adhesives which are available in the market, but only Fevicol is supposed to be used. You are not even supposed to carry a glue gun along with you. Do not use color on the model. Now, this is something very important. For example, you have to make a doll, right? So I have seen a lot of students, what do they do when they make the face and everything? So they take a black pen and they start coloring the eyes, they start coloring the lips and everything. Or maybe they are doing a background and they have to show a house, so they would just start sketching or coloring those things. Do not do that. You can easily, if you have to make the eyes or the lips of a doll, you can easily take a paper or cut them in that particular shape and stick it, or you take a button or bead. Look for material that has been given to you and use those material. Writing anything on your 3D until and unless it's required, or sketching or coloring anything on your 3D is a big no-no. Now, for example, if you have to make a dhaba, Okay, a scene of a dhaba, and you want to give a name to the dhaba. In that case, yes, definitely you can write maybe a word or two, but don't start painting or anything. Don't start making leaves and tree and branches by painting. Better do it in 3D. Okay, because this is not your drawing test. This is your skill and caliber to check your model making skills. Then do not use any of your personal material. As I told you in the beginning of this presentation, do not use any material which you are carrying from your house. Okay. Do not leave the examination hall early. Always utilize full 2 hours. Now you must be wondering that is it allowed or not, but in the past I had seen a lot of students, they left the examination hall like 30 minutes prior to the when the time got over and everything. So I would ask you not to do so. Use your full 2 hours, utilize your time properly, and do not rush. So let's come to the next important thing, which is what material to be used. Now, let me tell you that KB classes is also coming up with a situation test kit. In this situation test kit, we will be having different material as per 15 days module. So it's a 15 days module, and for each and every 15 day, we have separately made a packet as per the question for each day, right? So these materials, there are all the materials which have been asked in NIFT entrance situation test in the past. We have included those materials. So let's see a glimpse of those materials, that what are being asked, what are being provided to you by NIFT. So definitely you get papers, but maybe 3 or 4 different color papers, foam, straw, wires, metal wires, then you get small pieces of cloth also at times. It can be cloth, it can be jute, it can be a net, mostly A4 size. If they provide you cardboard, then it will be a A4 size single cardboard, and you use a piece of it. Thermocol is very common. Little bit of pins, ice cream stick, thermocol balls, cotton balls, buttons for decoration, needle and thread. They also provide you different size of threads and cords as well. Corrugated sheet, aluminium foil, OHP sheet. At times they give you certain very unconventional material, like I have given over here the paper, disposable plate, disposable glass. If you can see, I have given a picture of a OHP spiral, right? Not This is not the OHP thing. This is this spiral used for spiral binding of your documents and everything. So we are providing these material. We are providing clay, pins, then rubber bands, then Scotch Brite. If you can see, there is this plastic scrubber also, which was provided to the students earlier in NIFT entrance exam. Toothpick, different types of popsicle stick, straw, foam sheets, etc., newspaper, napkins, then origami sheets. So we have made a a combined list of around 20 different material which has been asked or which had been provided by NIFT in the past, and we are putting them in our situation test kit also. So a lot of you students can avail those kits, so that you don't have to go on hunting for different materials. So you get all the material, you get past your question paper, you get certain video solutions also on how to work on the particular questions. You will be getting them in the situation test kit. Okay, so guys, let's see some of the examples. What are the kind of questions that are being asked? So the first one is, these are from past years. So I'm just giving them to you as a example. They are not particularly of any, I think this is for 2019. This was asked in 2018. So they are being picked up from different years. So first is design a headgear inspired by anyone. So anyone, mythological character, sea animal, aliens. Now guys, remember I told you to watch movies to get inspiration. So definitely if you are reading books, if you are watching movies, this won't be a very difficult thing. Sea animal or an alien and mythological creature. Now what do you have to do? You don't have to make these creatures, but you have to get inspired and make a headgear. Something that you wear on your head. So definitely it has to be elaborate, it has to be dramatic, and it has to be related to the theme, whatever you are using. And you use all the material that has been provided to you. Now, one very important thing, a lot of students they ask us that do we have to use all the material? So the answer is no. Even if you are using a little bit of that material, that's enough. Also, a lot of material are used to support certain things. For example, if you want maybe a structure to stand or to be stable, you can use apart from using glue or something, you can also support it by clay, the clay which has been provided to you in the examination. Or you might use pins and thermocol to secure certain things. So it's not necessary that all the material will be visible. A lot of material would go into the construction of your 3D as well. So keep that in mind. Your final look of the 3D matters a lot. Then design kids play area inspired by puzzle, cartoon character or panchatantra. So now you know the importance of observing, importance of traveling, importance of reading and watching movies. So if you are doing these things, it shouldn't be a problem, right? Design an equipment bag for anyone, painter, makeup artist, and photographers. Like I told you, you need to interact with people from various walks of life. Why? Because at the end of the day, you might have to create certain products for those people. So until and unless you know, you empathize with them, or you know their um, needs and wants, how will you give that solution, right? So start today. Start those. Keep those points in mind and start interacting and start observing things around you. Lastly, design toy for a 8 to 10-year-old kid for encouraging them to study math, science or art. So you might have to pick up any one topic and you have to create a toy. Toy design is a very upcoming um, domain in India, in our country. And these colleges like NIFTs, NIDs, they do give you a lot of lot of questions where you have to create a toy or where you have to create a game. Now there's a difference between toy and game also, which definitely I'll be discussing them in the class. But on a superficial level, toy is something where you play with. What you play with, only one person can play with the toy, and game is something where you need participants, where there are two participants and there is a winner. So you play a game and you win it along with a participant. So these are the small things we will be um, teaching you and talking about concept developments and everything in our particular classes, right? So students, our module for situation test has been divided into 15 different topics. So we will be teaching you different topics like I told you about game design or toy design. So accordingly we have these topics like interior, exterior, topic which are concentrating on certain demographic or certain people. So we have these list of different topics and we will be going topic wise, and definitely I will be teaching you each and everything in how to handle a different material, how to handle a wire along with a straw, or how to handle a corrugated sheet along with origami sheet. So these are the things that you will be learning from us live. Okay, so your guide, your mentor will be creating these 3Ds along with you so that you get an idea of it, and all the students during the class, during those given 2 hours, they also need to build up certain 3Ds so that you have enough and ample amount of practice for these situation tests, because please remember it's not easy to build those 3D, right? Because it's very, we have a very different approach. It's not your day-to-day craft that you are doing in your house or in your school. Your approach changes when we are appearing for a design entrance exam. So, what do we do? Where do we get this situation test kit from? You can definitely buy it from Amazon. You can buy it from our KP Classes app, or you can directly buy it from our website kpclasses.in, or you can also avail our live online classes, which is the most common platform for most of the students, because they want to take up our 15 days live online batches. They'll also have video backups which will be given to them. And definitely the last option is the offline class if you are located near to our center, right? If you are present somewhere far away, so we are available online pan India. So what are we waiting for, guys? Let's get started and let's get into this exciting world of creating models where you can see your creation, your thoughts, and your ideas coming live in front of you, and definitely giving you guys a lot of exposure and an edge to move ahead, right? Remember, guys, this particular test, this particular situation is the first stepping stone to your design career, because now you're no more kids. Now you're creating your own concept, you're creating your own models, putting in your thought process and concepts. So let's get started with this and let's see how all of you are performing. So we will be coming up with some free classes, free workshops for all of you. Your details and everything will be provided. You all can get in touch with our counselors on KP Classes app. Okay, so all the best, guys, and see you soon.